The final verdict came late. The vote was cast by Supreme Court Justice Carmen Lucia, breaking the 5-5 tie.
I cast my vote, taking into consideration all of the issues raised here. Regarding those who voted in favor of the plea, I support the vote of the reporting judge. Therefore, I also deny the plea.
Opponents and supporters of former President Lula rallied throughout the day and into the night. No one took the case lightly.
Today, this is not just the judgment against a president. It's our democracy that is under threat.
It's been an intense few days. Military officials called for Lula to be locked up, and there were reports that the armed forces were prepared to intervene if Lula was granted his freedom. A disturbing reminder that despite decades of relative democracy, Brazil's military dictatorship is not so far away. Supporters and opponents marched across the country in the days leading up to the decision. On Tuesday, members of Brazil's right-wing Tea Party-style movements took to the streets in major cities.
There's no doubt that Lula is guilty. He already lost his first appeal. This is just an addendum in that judgment.
Lula has been sentenced to 12 years in prison for accepting a beachside apartment from a company seeking government contracts. But he and his supporters say he's innocent and that the conviction is just a political witch hunt with the goal of blocking his run at the presidency.
The political and judicial system is condemning Lula not because he committed a crime, but because he represents a project of development and social inclusion for our country.
Lula's supporters have launched a campaign under the slogan, "An election without Lula is fraud." Lula leads all of the polls ahead of October's election, but if he can't run, the door is wide open for his closest challenger, Trump-like candidate Jair Bolsonaro, and other right-wing politicians. Lula's defense team is appealing his corruption conviction to the higher courts, and protests are expected in the coming days. Michael Fox, TRT World, Florianópolis, Brazil.